So first of all, hands up those of you who do 50% or less of your business by referral. Okay, got a few. Hands up those of you who do 50 to 75% of your business by referral. So good percentage of the room. And hands up those of you who do 75% to 100% of their business by referral. Okay, so we have a lot of activity around referrals. And what is so fascinating about referral marketing is that it's probably the oldest way of doing business. Some of you have heard me say about one caveman saying to another, go to that guy, he's got a better spear. That's been going on all this time. But at the same time, our understanding exactly on how to create business by referral is actually quite recent. Only over the last couple of decades has there actually been attention given to word-of-mouth marketing or referral marketing. And in fact, a lot of you may have experienced taking marketing classes, and they would talk about advertising and websites and cold calling and word-of-mouth. That was it, word-of-mouth. So what we're going to do today is really get into some concrete tactics and strategies. I know it was quite emotional earlier, but I knew I was going to get into the left side of your brain now and talk about the exact tactics by which you can build your business by referral. So to be booked solid. So today I'm exploring another method of explaining what referral marketing is all about. I noticed that Wikipedia was not accurate about referral marketing. I'm going to give you a definition in a minute. But I thought, okay, why don't I just go at this a slightly different way. So right here we have the universe or your network. And there's these twinkling stars, all these people that you've met today and you've met before. What do you do with them? How about all those business cards, right? Okay, well, referral marketing is all about focusing in on certain people or certain constellations. So as you stare up in the sky, you start to see specific formations. And so those formations start to be, when you want to think about it, the special people in your network, the people who know, like, and trust you, who you've shared a message, and they are the kind of people that really want to help you. They are very special people. And then as you develop your network and learn how to execute on referral marketing principles, you start to develop members of your network, specific members of your network. Those are the referral partners that Adrian was talking about and the referral partners that I have the privilege of working with. And you can see there's my referral partner, who's Sam Jandel, in the room, plus some of you may know Grace Sittard, who's also a referral partner, and my assistant, who is also a generator of referrals. She understands referral marketing. And basically, anyone that I work with as my professional service providers, they are referral generators as well. So the task of referral marketing is to fill in the blanks and find the 8 to 10 members of your network who are really going to help you. So if you're saying, okay, Paula, so you're telling me I should sit down and have a coffee with a member of my network who knows, likes, and trusts me, who I've worked with before, who understands my business, and is kind of a raving fan, like that's who I should sit down with? Absolutely. So if there's one tactic that you want to take away from today, it's that particular tactic, to focus on members of your network who know, like, and trust you, who have a lot of respect for how you do business, and are raving fans. Now, you need to give them a message. There's more components to this, but really, networking isn't just being in a large event like this. Networking, and the most important act of networking, is one-on-one networking and building that relationship and giving them the tools and the knowledge, those special people, so that they then can be promoting you. So it's kind of like creating your own ambassadors, or if some people like to think of it as your own sales force. So that really is what referral marketing is about. There's a lot of confusion, and I do use referral marketing or high-touch marketing, just so everyone can be clear. So this is the definition of referral marketing based on what I've just told you and shown you with the universe. It's the practice of building a base of customers, clients, or patients by obtaining support, which you define, from specific sources. Those are your 8 to 10 people. It's the systematic cultivation of business by referrals. It's the system that Jonathan talked about. And there's a lot of confusion about the term. So there's referral marketing, local marketing, which is a term that Starbucks uses, word of mouth, which you've heard a lot. All of those strategies are our high-touch marketing. Social media is a tool. So you have the relationships developed first, and then you implement your referral marketing plan through the tools of social media. So a lot of people think, oh my goodness, I have to do social media. We need to have the relationships developed and structured accordingly, and with the agreement of members of your network. So I talked about Mount Everest, didn't I? And that you needed to pack carefully. And I realized as a trainer and coach that really the whole idea of building business by referral actually involved 3 different skill sets. So, and people were confused royally by the actions of each skill set. So the first skill set that you need is a networking skill set. So it's that farmer mentality. When you go out and you're networking, you're sowing seeds. You're creating new members of your network, and you're always creating new members of your network. So that is a kind of farmer mentality. So that openness, willing to learn about other people's business and new networkers. Then as you move forward into figuring out the constellations and the people that you specifically want to focus on, you have a referral building mindset. And that's when you start to be a gardener. That's when, you prune the weeds, those people who will never help you, the people who aren't givers, in essence, and you cultivate the roses. You cultivate certain people based on the fact that they know, like, and trust you. They understand your business. They're the kind of people that want to give, and they're your raving fans. So that's a different mentality and a very strategic one where you start to develop your plan. And then finally, there's sales strategies. That's when you're in front of your client or your prospect. And moving forward, that relationship involves much more bloody-mindedness. So it's really easy to get confused when we have these 3 different skill sets if you don't know any better. And of course, some of the biggest part of creating revenue. So I use that term rather than saying sales because I want you to embrace it as creating revenue. The biggest challenge is this understanding that when we're networking, we're not selling, right? We're creating relationships. And when we're referral building, we're also not selling, we're promoting our business, but it's in the context of education. So understanding that those 3 different skill sets are involved, and then you can see why people get confused. And they are all grounded in the plan and the accountability that we've heard lots about from Adrian and Janet and from Jonathan. So having structure around your network and your relationships is so very powerful. So there's some referral marketing numbers. Because high-touch referral marketing is all about growing your network, a lot of people think that it's common knowledge. Well, not really. It's the uncommon application of common knowledge. There are 160 referral marketing strategies. That's an awful lot to learn about. If you select the 40 that work best for you, then you can build the plan that is really going to help you move your business forward. And as Adrian mentioned, his closing rate went up to 50%, excuse me, when he had what he called a warm referral, so there was lots of trust transferred. And in fact, you can even take a referral up to, say, 80% closing if you have the opportunity to bring your referral partner or referral source into the meeting with you. But if you're talking about an average referral where there's some trust that's transferred, we've been able to track the fact that it has a 34% closing rate. 1 in 3 of your referrals should result in a sale. That's extraordinary compared to the numbers that you'd see with any other new business development method. If you're talking about cold calling, it's 1%. If you're talking about direct marketing in the traditional sense, it might be 2 to 3%. Difficult to track advertising and website generation, but they'd be pretty happy to be even at double digits in terms of the return. So 34% closing rate is extraordinary. So I would suggest to you that everyone needs to have a referral marketing plan. They may use other techniques, they should, but at the same time, they need to leverage the network that they have. All that social capital is sitting there. What are you going to do with it? And whether you're the president of Royal Bank or if you own your own business, whether you're a politician, those that are successful understand that they need to leverage their social capital. So those are the numbers, 160, 40, and 34, that 34% closing. Now let's examine exactly what goes on in referral marketing or high-touch marketing. Let's look at the definition of a referral. So a referral is a business opportunity initiated by a third party. So there's 3 people that have to play, right? The giver starts, then you have the prospect, and then you actually have the vendor, the person to whom the referral is given. But it's that transfer of trust is what we're really talking about. So the extent to which that trust is transferred is the extent to which that business will close. So go figure. What the heart shares from a trust perspective actually affects the bottom line. So we have all of that right-brained, heart-giving activity, which actually ends up supporting the bottom line. So the more your network believes in you and is informed and knows what you have to offer, the more likely you are going to be able to close for business based on referrals. So lots to think about there in terms of that definition. A lead, there's no transfer of trust. You know, I met a guy that might use an accountant. Here's his card, call him. So there's no transfer of trust. When we talk about a referral, we're talking about that all-important transfer of trust. And ultimately, following those 10 relationships that, 8 to 10 relationships that you build as you focus on your network, you can create business relationships for both your pocketbook and soul. I live that life now, and there's nothing like it. You really do work smarter, not harder, when you have developed a well-oiled network that has a very strong grasp of what your business is and your ideal client, and is able to share that with members of your network. So, what does it take? Well, as I said, it's Mount Everest. There's a lot to consider, and Adrian referred to the tools that you need. You need the mindset of embracing new business development. It's the first thing that you do. It's when you plan your week, you plan your new business development first, and you give yourself about 20 hours of the week. This is what you do. This is your lifeblood. You need to look very carefully at your network and at yourself, because attitude is very important. Givers win. Not everyone in the world is a giver. And those people really don't do well with referral marketing. It's just like there are other methods of new business development that don't fit for your personality. That may be the case with referral marketing with members of your network. That's that pruning part that we talked about under referral building. You need the 3 skill sets. You need to be armed. You need a strong message that resonates every time. I help business professionals feel the joy of being booked solid. So having a very simple declaration every time of what you do, and it needs to resonate with you. You need time and patience when you put out a referral. You don't expect to get that return. There is a law of reciprocity. Ultimately, your network will give you that energy back, but understand that referral marketing can work almost immediately when you sit down with a member of your network, or it can take time. It really depends on their network as well, and your ability to share your message and identify your ideal client. You need a plan, and you need accountability to the plan. So exactly what we were talking about. Take all the murkiness out and create the structure. So who can double their business in a year, or triple or quadruple, as I've had the privilege of seeing? Well, Referral marketing works particularly well with people who are experienced professional service providers. They have a very specific expertise to offer, as we saw with both of our interviewees. They need to have a strong network. So strong doesn't mean numbers of people. Strong means the level of trust that selected members of your network have with you. So it's quality, not quantity. I'm quite happy to be with a room full of 10 people who are well qualified, who have a high level of trust with me, than I'd be with 100 people. So please be very careful about that. We have a tendency in new business development to think of, huge numbers is what's really going to pay off. Well, ultimately, with referral marketing, it's almost the opposite. The smaller the group of people that really do know, like, and trust you, the more critical that is. They need to be open to learning, a professional development mindset. They need to be coachable and motivated. They need to have a goal, and they need to look to learn and create a plan now. So they need to be open to that change. So I'm going to need to move very quickly, and of course, talk about who can manage their saboteurs and enjoy new business development. So it's making new business development fun, because that's the fundamental part of your business. So I'm going to very quickly go through 10 key strategies to create referrals for your practice or business. Did you hear this one before? Embrace new client development. That's really what you do. Job number 1. Job number 2, learn and execute on the foundations of referral marketing, which you heard about with the 3 skill sets. Number 3, create a clear and repeatable message that really resonates with you, so that your network is very comfortable sharing that message. And that's the elevator speech. It's very important to define 5 elements in your message. An ideal client is right at the top of the list. Strategy 4, select your target market carefully. So ideal client, target market, very similar terms. You must be very, very clear about who you want to do business with and share that with your network. Strategy number 5, choose your people strategically. There's that middle part, that referral building. Choosing who the 8 to 10 people are that you want to work with. Equip your people tactically. Let them know where you need help and how that you need that help, and give them the tools so that they can promote you. Strategy number 7, define your activities daily. So the month ahead, make sure that you know exactly what you're going to be doing, what networking events you're going to be doing, what people you're going to be meeting with, what are you going to be building, members of your network, with whom are you going to be building that. Develop a high-touch or referral marketing plan. There are 18 components. It's like any other marketing plan, but it's a marketing plan for your relationships, which everybody has. Strategy number 9, keep accountable to the plan. Make sure that you have a partner to work with, so that you are making sure that you are meeting the people and doing the networking and following the plan accordingly. And then strategy number 10, keep in touch with your network. And that's where networking face-to-face, but also social media, can be so valuable for you. And those are the 10 strategies. Ultimately, you want to build 4 referral partners who share the same ideal client as you do. So that's why it's so important to have that message available to your network. That's me, Book Solid, Canada's leading referral marketing expert. I thank you very much for your time, and look forward to any questions when we have the panel discussion. Thank you.